What is up? This here, LA in a minute, and I'm here in Eagle Rock at the oldest service station in all of Los Angeles and one of the oldest in the country. This thing was built in 1919 and moved to Eagle Rock in 1931. And right now it's being fenced off because of potential demolition. Let's get into it. So this thing was built in 1919 by the Standard Oil Company. You have to remember at that point in time, cars were barely getting on the road, even in Los Angeles. There were only 20,000 in 1910, 100,000 by 1920, and finally by 1930, 800,000. And these cars needed oil, so Standard Oil would build these service stations all throughout the city. And this one was in downtown Los Angeles until... in 1929, a man named John Milton J. Risk, who owned a garage on Bunker Hill in downtown, got married, decided to buy this Standard Oil service station, which was downtown, and move it here to Eagle Rock. Now keep in mind the building is mostly aluminum and it's kind of prefab, so moving it wasn't a huge deal. But Risk was fortuitous because this part of Colorado Boulevard ended up becoming part of Route 66 in 1934. That's right, this service station was on the Mother Road. So now this place's life as a service station was relatively short, 1931 to 1939, after which it became a fruit and vegetable stand. In 1947, it actually became a plumbing office, and at some unspecified time in the future, it became a real estate office, and I was able to go in and snap this photo before they put the fence up. So Jay Risk passed away in 1963, and several alterations were made to the structure. And the thing is, it was only a service station for 8 years, so even in this car culture, while being the oldest service station is significant, the new owners potentially want to demolish it or maybe preserve it and move it somewhere. I was lucky and was able to run into Nick while I was here. So here's an impromptu interview with the current owner. I'm here with Nick, who's actually the owner of the property. I was very fortunate to be able to run into him, and he actually has some great insight on what's going on. So Nick, let me know your thoughts. Like, what's the deal here?
You know, right now we're just trying to preserve the building, find a potential place to have it rest if it doesn't rest here. So
I was talking to Nick, and he has a couple good ideas for preservation as a middle ground, and he is an LA native from Highland Park, so he does care. Number one is that the original Standard Oil building still exists, as does the location of this station when it was first new in 1919. His second idea is when this becomes a bus route in the next few years and the bus is going to run in the middle, make this a little station in the middle of the road. Interesting. So in a car culture as ingrained as ours is here in Los Angeles, on the former Route 66, the oldest service station in LA is pretty cool. Now, I understand Nick's perspective, and I hope we can find a happy middle ground and preserve this and make everybody happy so we can all enjoy the oldest service station in LA. All right, LA, it's been a minute.